Utah Championship Golf Tournament. What to expect at Ogden Golf and Country Club. What to anticipate as the Utah Championship relocates to Ogden Golf and Country Club. Ogden. Imagine a young golfer, Preston Summerhays, who grew up in Farmington and the surrounding Davis County area, only to find himself in Scottsdale before embarking on his collegiate journey at Arizona State. One might think he possesses a wealth of experience as the Korn Ferry Tour's Utah Championship heads to Ogden Golf and Country Club this weekend. But hold on to that thought. Many people assume I've played here extensively. In reality, my time at Ogden has been quite limited, remarked Summerhays, a two-time Utah State amateur champion and newly turned professional, during a practice round on Tuesday. I believe the last time I visited was around 2 to 3 years ago. Summerhays shared that his formative years were spent primarily at Davis Park, Valley View, and Oak Ridge Country Club, the latter being the previous venue for the Utah Championship, where his family holds membership. Nevertheless, he remains a sentimental favorite as the annual Korn Ferry Tour event transitions to Weber County starting Thursday. Joining him will be his close friend and Ogden local, Connor Howe, a Weber High graduate who has made his way through Georgia Tech and is now in his second season as a professional golfer. The local talent pool also includes conditional member and BYU alumnus Peter Kuest, former Korn Ferry Tour champion Daniel Summerhays, and incoming BYU freshman Kihei Akina, who, like Summerhays, had not set foot on the Ogden Golf and Country Club until just last week, ahead of his second appearance in the Utah Championship. "This course is fantastic," said Akina, a former Lone Peak standout and nationally recognized top 10 recruit who has earned 6A medalist honors 3 times. "While it may be shorter, it features some truly remarkable holes. I anticipate a lot of wedge play. It's definitely a course where scoring is achievable. I feel it aligns well with my style of play." When it comes to experience on the 7,045-yard par 71 course with a whopping $1 million prize purse, few can rival Howe's familiarity. "I'd say my experience here is as extensive as it gets," he stated confidently. "Our family has been members for 2 decades, and my brother and I grew up honing our skills on this very course. This is where we truly learn the game. I feel quite at home on this golf course." So what insights would the former 2-time All-ACC golfer and 2-time Utah State champion offer to his fellow competitors who are playing here for the first time? "There are definitely a few greens where you want to avoid being above the hole," Howe candidly shared. "They can become quite slick, and if you find yourself above the hole, you need to be cautious with your speed and avoid being overly aggressive. But I don't want to reveal all my secrets," he added with a playful grin. Kuest, who previously shone at BYU and clinched the 2020 Utah Open title, is set to make his 49th appearance on the Korn Ferry Tour. He has achieved 1 top 5 finish out of 18 cuts made. Recently relocating to Dallas after playing out of American Fork, he is excited to return to Utah, where he can enjoy the company of friends, favorable weather, and the advantages of teeing off at an altitude of 4,298 feet this weekend. "You don't have to put in too much effort here," Kuest remarked, having tied for 67th at last week's Price Cutter Charity Championship in Springfield, Missouri. "The ball just travels." Howe also recorded a 4-day total of 7 under par 281 last week in Missouri, but he is aiming for a stronger finish in his 18th Korn Ferry Tour start, especially since he can stay at his parents' home instead of a hotel. Since joining the tour last year from PGA Tour Canada, he has made 7 out of 17 cuts, including 2 top 10 finishes, with a runner-up position at the Saskatchewan Open in June 2023, while he awaits his breakthrough on the PGA Tour. "Everyone desires to reach their goals faster," Howe reflected. "However, in my first 2 years as a professional, I've gained invaluable knowledge, and my game has improved significantly. I genuinely believe I'm playing better than ever. It's an ongoing journey of learning how to manage my game and expectations. I think I've done a commendable job of that." Making it through Monday, 2 additional Utah natives secured their spots in the field through Monday qualifiers at Glen Eagle Golf Course in Syracuse. Colorado Springs professional Cole Howard will be making just his 3rd appearance on the Korn Ferry Tour, after an impressive performance that included 9 birdies and an eagle, leading to an 11 under 61 on Monday. This score was 3 shots better than Hayden Bands, a former standout at East High and Weber State, who recorded 8 birdies for an 8 under 64. Mitchell Howe, a former University of Utah standout and the 2020 Utah State Amateur Champion from Ogden, shot 7 under 65 and successfully navigated a 9-man playoff to secure the final qualifying spot. Thursday's tee times. Professional and amateur golfers with connections to Utah will tee off at the following times on Thursday for Round 1 of the Utah Championship. Peter Kuest, 7:55 a.m., number 1 tee. Kihei Akina, 9:15 a.m., number 1 tee. Hayden Bands, 9:15 a.m., number 1 tee. Cole Ponich, 9:15 a.m., number 10 tee. Daniel Summerhays, 1 p.m., number 10 tee. Preston Summerhays, 2:20 p.m., number 10 tee. Connor Howe, 2:30 p.m., number 1 tee. Mitchell Howe, 2:30 p.m., number 10 tee. The key takeaways from this article were generated with the assistance of large language models and reviewed by our editorial team. The article itself is entirely human-written. 2025 Utah Championship Prize Money Breakdown. Key players. Imagine the thrill of competing for a life-changing prize in the world of golf. The 2025 Utah Championship is just around the corner, and the stakes are higher than ever. With a staggering purse of $1 million, the winner will take home a whopping $180,000, a standard 18% payout, as outlined in the Korn Ferry Tour's prize money distribution chart. But here's where it gets interesting. The Utah Championship field is packed with talented players like Hank Lebioda, Chandler Blanchett, Neil Shipley, Johnny Kiefer, and Austin Smotherman, all vying for the top spot. And this is the part most people miss. The event is not just about the money. It's also about the coveted Korn Ferry Tour points, OWGR points, and exemptions that can make or break a player's career. The Utah Championship is the 21st event of the year on the 2025 Korn Ferry Tour schedule, and the winner will earn a cool 500 Korn Ferry Tour points, bringing them one step closer to earning a PGA Tour card for the following season. But what else is on the line, you ask? The top 20 players at the end of the 2025 season will earn a coveted PGA Tour card. And the priority order into the fall events will be based on their combined points between the regular season and Korn Ferry Tour finals. And let's not forget the official World Golf Ranking points. The winner of the Utah Championship will earn approximately 17 points, boosting their world ranking and opening doors to new opportunities. Now, let's take a look at the position money. The top 10 players will take home a significant chunk of the purse, with the runner-up earning $90,000 and the third-place finisher earning $60,000. But the prizes don't stop there. The top 65 players will all take home a substantial amount of money, with the 65th place finisher earning $4,000. So what do you think? Will the favorite win, or will an underdog take the crown? Tune in to our season-long Korn Ferry Tour series, The Road to French Lick, to find out. And don't forget to listen to Golf News Net Radio 24/7 for all the latest updates and analysis. You can follow Golf News Net Radio on iHeart and TuneIn, and join the conversation in the comments below. But here's the question. Do you think the current prize money distribution is fair, or should it be revised to give more players a chance to win? Let us know what you think, and don't be afraid to spark a controversy. The 2025 Utah Championship is an event you won't want to miss, with its talented field, high stakes, and exciting prizes. So, get ready to watch the drama unfold from Thursday to Sunday at the Ogden Golf and Country Club in Ogden, Utah. And this is the part that will keep you on the edge of your seat. The winner will be crowned on Sunday, but the real question is, who will it be? Will it be one of the favorites, or will a dark horse take the title? The suspense is killing us, and we can't wait to find out. But what do you think? Who will win the 2025 Utah Championship, and what will be the turning point in the tournament? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get the conversation started. Utahns take center stage at Korn Ferry Tour's Utah Championship. Big changes often spark big conversations, and when a storied tournament moves its home after nearly a decade, you know there's plenty to talk about. The Korn Ferry Tour's Utah Championship, a highlight on the golfing calendar for fans and players alike, has traded its 8-year residence at Farmington's Oak Ridge Country Club for a brand new setting, the Ogden Golf Country Club. That's right, for the first time, this historic course, just a few blocks from downtown Ogden, will take center stage for the prestigious event. But here's where it gets especially interesting. If you thought the new location might dull Utah's strong showing at the tournament, think again. In fact, the roster features a remarkable lineup. No fewer than 8 golfers with deep Utah roots are teeing it up in this 72-hole showdown running from Thursday through Sunday. And if you're counting veteran Scott Piercy, a BYU alum, you could even call it 9. For local fans, this lineup is more than just a point of pride. It's a celebration of Utah's rich golfing tradition. Future BYU golfer Kihei Akina, visibly grateful for the opportunity, summed up the mood. "It's just cool to be here. Obviously, I am very lucky and blessed to be able to be here. These don't come very often, so you can't really take them for granted." The hometown narrative deepens with Ogden native Connor Howe, who cut his teeth at Weber High before playing for Georgia Tech. Now in his 3rd year as a professional, Howe is excited to compete on familiar turf and against old friends. "There are a lot of good golfers from Utah," he shares, fuel for anyone still underestimating the state's golf pedigree. On Thursday, keep an eye on Howe as he kicks off his round from the number 1 tee at 2:30 p.m., pairing up with Hunter Eichhorn and Andrew Chu. Meanwhile, another Ogden talent, Mitchell Howe, will start at the same time on number 10. Chow's birth is itself a story. He clinched his spot after an intense playoff at Glen Eagle Golf Course during Monday qualifying. And let's not overlook Salt Lake City's Hayden Bands, who fired a red-hot 8 under 64 on Monday, earning his ticket to the event and capping off a standout season for the former Weber State star. Rounding out the Utah-connected competitors, you'll find Peter Kuest, Cole Ponich, and Daniel Summerhays, all former BYU heavyweights, as well as future Cougar Kihei Akina and rising pro Preston Summerhays, Daniel's nephew. A fun fact, Ponich, fresh off a Provo Open win, and Preston Summerhays, already notching a top 10 in this season's Korn Ferry Tour, are both making their professional marks. And this is the part most people miss. Entry into this event isn't just about raw talent. Sponsor exemptions can play a deciding role. Just recently, Kuest, Howe, and Akina benefited from such invites, until Kuest secured his spot by merit, freeing up an exemption for Ponich. "Yeah, I got in on my own number," Kuest says. "Jeff Robbins of the Utah Sports Commission was gracious enough to give me a spot in case I needed it. I got in, so they gave that opportunity to Ponich, which was good to see." It's an inside glimpse into how generosity and local ties can shape the competition. On Tuesday, a rare media perk allowed reporters to follow Kuest, Akina, Howe, and Preston Summerhays inside the ropes during practice rounds. An invaluable chance to observe Utah's best as they mapped their game on what are typically holes 10 and 11, given that the course 9s have been switched for tournament play. Now about that course. Why the switch? Organizers decided to flip the regular front and back 9s, making the usual number 9 hole the tournament's finish. The reasoning? It offers a better ending for fans and grandstands, since the regular 18th is a par 3. And there's another twist. 2 par 5s will count as par 4s for the week, meaning competitors face a 7,097-yard par 70 challenge. reflecting the adaptability required in tournament golf. For Howe, who has been a member here since 2005 and played the course hundreds of times, seeing the tournament move to Ogden is a career highlight. I'm not sure about being the favorite, but I am definitely the hometown kid. He grins. His twin brother, Hunter, a former collegiate player himself, will serve as his caddy this week, making it a true family affair. Howe offers a candid scouting report. It is not an overly long course. That doesn't mean it's not tricky. You can kind of hit driver everywhere out here. But if you're not hitting it in the right spots, you're going to have a tough time. That's especially true with how thick this rough is. You are going to have some difficult shots around the greens, or wedge shots into greens, where you have to hit it over a bunker, and it's hard to stop. Some of these greens, if you get above the hole, they can be pretty slick. Yeah, it's a fun little course. Maybe not as long as some of the courses we play on the Korn Ferry Tour, but that doesn't mean it can't be just as challenging. Controversial opinion? Some might argue that distance is all that matters. But Howe's take suggests finesse and local knowledge remain essential ingredients for success, and that's a debate worth having. Notably absent this year is defending champion Carl Phillips, who's now moved up to the PGA Tour ranks, but the stakes remain high with a $1 million purse for the 34th Utah Championship. Watch for previous champions in the field this week, including Roger Sloan, 2023, Andrew Kozan, 2022, Joshua Creel, 2021, and Josh Teeter, 2009. Will a veteran repeat, or is it time for a local hero to have their moment? For 19-year-old Kihei Akina, fresh from Lone Peak High, this tournament represents another shot at improvement. Last year, he finished a commendable 49th at Oak Ridge. As he looks ahead to the U.S. Amateur at San Francisco's Olympic Club in 2 weeks, Akina remains grounded. I don't have too many expectations. I am just sticking to my process this week, and we'll see where that puts me at the end of the week. Akina also took part in last fall's Black Desert Championship in St. George, where he posted back-to-back 69s but narrowly missed the cut. Still, his star is on the rise. After a Monday tour of Ogden GCC alongside Peter Kuest, Akina was impressed. "There is a lot of character to it," he remarked. "It's a good old school,